Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. As some of you may know me, I'm Kevin Porterfield. I've been teaching for 25 years now, from pre-K through college, physical education to special education, science and math to health and fitness. 25 years of teaching, 25 years of professional development in summer institutes, 25 years of trying everything under the sun and not quite hitting the mark. With only about 30% of students across the United States proficient in math and reading, I felt a strong desire to change the world. I aimed to reach as many kids as possible. Each little professional development tidbit that I learned along the way helped a little bit. However, the sum of the parts was not bigger than the whole. I had a big impact on a few kids, but I could never reach the masses. Now, towards the end of my 24th year, I decided to give up, just focus on retirement like everyone else. But I left it in God's hands. I prayed for the wisdom to be able to reach all of my students. With countless college courses under my belt, hundreds and probably even thousands of hours of professional development, I still couldn't reach the majority of my students. And there was only one resource left. Put it in God's hands. Nothing I can do. It was that moment that changed the course of my life forever. That spring, I happened to watch a seminar on neurolinguistic programming, NLP. If you're unfamiliar with NLP, it is essentially the study of how language affects people's subconscious minds. That little voice in my head convinced me to sign up for a 200-hour course to become an NLP practitioner. The course ended up being well over 200 hours, but it kept me busy throughout the spring and into a good part of the summer as I watched those videos, completed those workbook assignments, exercises. As I progressed through the course, I began to realize that some of these techniques I was learning could solve my problem. And that's exactly what happened. My gosh, it was a ray of light from heaven. My 25th year was insane. I was able to hook every student, at least the ones who came to school. But even those who only came on occasion, they seemed to like my class. Students and parents alike kept telling me that they loved my class, that they had never had a math class like mine, and that they had never liked school until this year. And math class is the toughest class to crack. Kids hate math. My plan was to use what worked best, a growth mindset and positive energy, and tie it into a few key components of neurolinguistic programming. I was going to give it a try. And you're wondering, what are those key components, aren't you? Well, stay tuned. You're going to get it all and for free. Starting off my 25th year, right away, I knew that the main roadblock was something I had learned from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Most students lacked the desire to learn math and certainly didn't believe in themselves. I could teach a concept 100 times, 100 different ways, and still I could not sink it in for 90% of them. I was even using cutting edge technology to give kids that hands on experience with the math concepts. But 9 out of 10 students hate math. How could I get them on my side? This is where NLP came in to save the day. But this was only the beginning. I had to shift their belief system, even their identity and values. We began by setting dream goals. with dream jobs and dream houses, using pictures and imagery to entice their desire. I accepted each student for who they were, and I considered each one a blessing, even when they were 30 minutes late for class every day. Or they finally returned after skipping 5 days or 10 days. I spun everything positive by applying the science of learning. I believed that no math answer was entirely wrong. We were simply exploring the problem. I viewed failures and mistakes as essential to developing a growth mindset. My students often discovered innovative ways to solve math problems, which continually amazed me. Most of them, if not all, had never been told how brilliant they were. But as they began to believe in their abilities, their confidence grew, especially when they earned A's and B's. Every assignment in math class had a low floor, wide walls, and high ceilings. It was impossible to fail, but that's what school's supposed to be about: learning and growing, not learning or failing. Learning and growing into power problem solvers and thinkers. What is your end game? Is it to give everyone fair grades? To make sure that every question was answered? To make sure that every student performed to your standards? I call this the gatekeeper. You must complete the task to earn an A. Students get a 0 if they don't get an assignment done. Does this mindset help our end game, or does it hurt it? Remember that barely 30% of American students are proficient in math and or reading. Many of my wonderful students who were in a separate special ed math class are now outperforming the general population. And it was so easy. Now, I want to show every teacher and every principal just how easy and stress-free school should be. So much so that I'm giving all my fellow educators a quick start course, absolutely free, plus lots of great bonuses. Just click the link below to join the revolution and make school great again.